I've personally been with the team almost a year. Actually, I started in June of '93.
Since?
I started coaching in December. I primarily came out. I've been knowing about the gay games for years and wanted to come out for the games. I probably should have started swimming a little sooner, but you know, I think it'll be enough time to get ready in a year.
And how many times a week do you train with these people?
I coach on Wednesdays and Fridays, and sometimes on the weekends, and sometimes substitutes other practices. We have scheduled 6 or 7 practices a week, so there's plenty of time for people to get in and get enough training in.
Right, and is it going to double or anything like that closer to the games?
The coaches, we have a whole committee. I represent one of I think there's about 8 or 9 of us on the coaches committee, and we get together as a group and kind of plan out the season on what we're going to be doing. And right now we've just come off a meet that we did very, very well, and I think are one of our best meets ever on March 4th, 5th, and 6th, which was up at Asphalt Green. That was a key meet for us because that's going to be where the gay games are going to be held. And so we kind of rested for that meet and had a lot of people did some really great times. So coming off of that, we're getting back into a harder part of the season, build up the yardage, get people, you know, more conditioning work, and then they'll get ready to come down for the games at the end of May into June.
And how many people are going to be in the games out of Team New York Aquatics?
Well, I know we have about 160 plus people on the team so far, which makes us one of the largest masters teams at least in this region, maybe in the country, which is real exciting. I mean, at Asphalt Green, the meet that we just had, our team took up about half of the stands, and in every heat we had about 4 people, you know, of the 8 people in each event. Just the cheering and the team spirit. We had other coaches from other teams come up to us and, you know, say, how do you do it? You know, 'cause everyone was cheering for each other, and that's a really neat part of it, is the spirit.
Yeah, big group effort.
Welling up, getting ready for the games. It's very exciting.
And the games are from the 18th of June till the 25th of June, is
right.
That right? At Asphalt Green?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is a brand new pool in New York, which we're very, very excited about.
Right. Over on the east side.
Yes.
Go Homos is one of the many cheers that are heard whenever our next guests take to the starting block. Hi, I'm Eileen Karn, and on this episode of Forward and Out, we have with us Ed O'Brien and Michelle Hewitt, both from Team New York Aquatics, a nonprofit swim team for lesbians, gay men, and friends of our community. I want to welcome you both to the show.
Thanks.
Thanks for coming on Forward and Out. Michelle, we just got a good look at how the team trains. Can you fill us in on your training philosophy and how that works?
Yeah, I think we all have different philosophies. I think there's people that are in it for fitness and don't necessarily compete, and then there's people that compete who maybe just compete, and then there's people that are really social, and as we know, I like a balance of all,
of all those things.
Yeah.
Ed, how did the team begin? Has it been in existence for a while now?
The team officially started 4 years ago after Gay Games 3 in Vancouver. There were actually 40 swimmers that had gone out. When they came back, they had been swimming separately with straight teams throughout New York City, and they decided to form a team of their own. So they came together then, started a team, got pool space at John Jay School of Criminal Justice, which is an interesting place for a gay and lesbian swim team. And we have grown to over 200 swimmers at this point.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we have 12 workouts a week and great coaching staff.
So a member of the Team Aquatics will sign up for so many workouts, and then, you know, whatever they want to do that week, they can be at a different pool or something? You're in different...
Well, yeah, actually, at this point, we've gotten so large that we're using 3 pools at this point. We have generally 2 workouts a day. And, yeah, you are become a member, you have to also become a member of United States Master Swimming, which is actually the national organization that oversees everything. So we are actually a part of the straight community as well, and if we set records, you know, we get
Right, they're officially
recognized for
sanctioned
that.
events.
Yes.
Right, that's fabulous. 200 members now currently in New York.
Yes.
And other cities have aquatic teams, is that right?
Yeah, actually the Gay Games, which are coming up in about, well, 68 days from taping now, they'll know when we taped, is going to be phenomenal. People are coming from Stockholm, Sweden, Switzerland, France, Germany, New Zealand, Austria, all over Canada, and most every major metropolitan city in the United States has a gay and lesbian swim team, and they'll be coming from everywhere. We're
Right.
expecting over 1,300 swimmers at this point.
Yeah. Michelle, how did you get involved? Have you been involved with the team for a while now?
I got involved in last July, and I saw like an article about this. And I was like, what a concept, gay swimmers, practically naked, got to do it.
So that got you into it. And you, Ed?
Yeah. Actually, I got involved actually by sleeping with one of the members on the team. But I also saw an article.
Great way to find out about
Right. I saw an article too, and it was really interesting. I was really struck by, they did an article on all the athletic activities in the city and all the teams that existed. And I actually sort of did this I was sort of doing a social thing, and I tried out all of them. And the swimmers,
Did you try out gay billiards?
that must be a new
I'll give you the
organization.
number.
But, you know, I liked Michelle's philosophy about the nudity stuff. And so many people in the locker room at the same time, it's great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I joined the team. I've been with the team now 3 years. I'm on the board of directors for the team. I've been helping to get the Gay Games together and get that off the ground. And it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fun.
Have you always been a swimmer? You started as a young child?
I started as a little tyke because my mom wanted to get rid of me in the summer. And yeah, I've swum like almost all my life. I'm sort of really only a freestyler. I don't like those other strokes. And
You swim competitively in high school?
I've swum competitively. Yeah, I swim competitively now. And I mean, I'm competitive. I do taper on occasion. And, well, okay, I taper a lot. And I'm sort of social too, so I'd like to mix the two together.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your history as an athlete, Michelle, as far as swimming goes?
Well,
You're
when
always
I
in
was
the water?
6,
When you were 6?
No, I started swimming when I was a kid because I almost drowned, and so my dad said
Wow.
take some lessons, so I took some lessons, and then I became like a minnow, and then a fish, and then a shark in the Y aquatics program. And then I continued to swim until I was about 13 years old, and then I stopped and played tennis, and now I'm back in the water, and I love it.
Yeah, that's turned out to be. What's your favorite stroke?
Ed and I think, come from similar backgrounds with regard to sprinting. We like to get in, get out, stop, shake hands, kiss to the crowd, and like be done with it. We don't like sitting in the pool going back and forth, back
and forth.
Yeah.
So freestyle sprinting? Or?
I generally do. I enjoy sprinting. I like 50 freestyle, which is like 2 laps, 100 freestyle. And I just picked up a new event that'll be swimming the games. It's 200 free, which is 8 whole laps.
Has there been a high point in your career with the New York Team Aquatics, if you had to think about one thing or one event that really sticks out?
Well, things that have been associated with Team New York Aquatics, but I don't know that we could talk about it here.
Okay.
Lots of high points for me, actually, because my times keep getting better. I mean, I think the games are going to be a phenomenal high point coming up, but it's been really wonderful because since there are so many gay and lesbian teams all throughout the country, on like the holiday weekends, they always have swim meets. And we've gone to several of them, road trips. And you get to meet people, they house you.
Yeah.
You know, it's competitive like during the day, and then at night they always have dinners and dances, and it's really been wonderful.
So you'll have one or two of these competitions a month or a year? Or
More like one a month, I would say. And actually,
will you travel to
right.
different
There's
cities?
not that any more going on right now because of the games coming up, as far as it goes. Yeah.
Then there's large competitions. Is that right? You were discussing that before the
straight
show.
competitions, which actually, well, I went last year to zones. Michelle is going this year to zones, and that's like awesome.
Right. That
Yeah.
means that the New York Team Aquatics is part of the Eastern Division, and then there's different divisions throughout the U.S., and then all those cities in that zone will get together. Right? Is that how?
Actually, yeah. There's the 4 zone meets, which are going on in 2 weeks, and then there'll be the nationals, which are being held in Tempe, Arizona this year. So nationals are actually, like, I don't know if you paid attention to the Winter Olympics, but where Nancy got hit was at the Nationals before she went to the Olympics.
Right,
so
right.
Nationals
This
are the
is the
same things for us, actually, yes.
Right.
So, yeah, so
Gay
that's
men know that story by heart. I don't
Yeah, about Nancy getting...
it's so sad.
Oh, really? What about the other aquatic team members? Do you have divers and people who do relays? It's all sorts of different talent in the water, I would guess. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm also playing water polo as well.
Right.
And they're going to Philly this weekend without me. Good luck, you guys. So that's been really fun. That's actually a mixed group, men and women, and that's been really fun. I also used to play a little rugby, and it's like rugby in the water. It's awesome. You get to wear a mouth guard. For all people.
Of course, one of the things the aquatics team famous for is the pink flamingos. Yeah, we have a little clip of that. It's a short little thing, and we'll get to see about it, and then we'll discuss it. We'll go to that now. Okay, so that was the Pink Flamingos and the Marlo Thomas lookalikes. How did that get started?
That actually started as a little competition between Seattle and Vancouver.
The two city teams.
The two city teams, you know, they're just across the border from each other, you know, two countries. And they started with this idea to have a relay, and they wanted to make it sort of ridiculous. So they made people, four-person relay, and you swim to the other end of the pool, you meet a person, and then you hand off a pink flamingo. And then they have to swim back with a pink flamingo. Well, it started that way. But then, as it's known, I mean, gays and lesbians are famous for carnival and parties and things like that. It's become sort of an extravaganza. Pink flamingos.
Extravaganza. And it really is. They take this stuff so seriously. It's remarkable.
Really?
Like, I go there to swim, and I can't get beyond sometimes, like, oh, and you got to swim with this pink flamingo and get it dressed up in this outfit. And I'm like, I can't get beyond, like, my own races. But these guys, they're beautiful. It's like being on Broadway.
Right.
Now, actually, though, what you just saw, there were several women in those costumes, actually,
Really?
as well. That was actually Vancouver. That was Gay Games 3. And that actually stopped the show. And it doesn't happen, the Pink Flamingo doesn't happen at the end of the Gay Games. It sort of happens in the middle. So for the rest of the week, everybody talked about that. And so everyone is really looking forward to the Pink Flamingo coming up here in New York. And we've had to limit it, though, to 16 teams this year. There'll be more than 16 teams actually competing, but there's only enough time.
So is the Pink Flamingo extravaganza held just around swim meets? Is it? And it was held in Vancouver, and then it'll be held now in New York. Well, or is it done regularly in other?
It's held at the end of all gay and lesbian swim meets. It's become a tradition, and whoever wants to participate can participate. And we've done several interesting.
Very surreal ones.
Yeah, right.
The New York ones are very deep.
What's the first prize if you win?
You get a statue of a pink flamingo. You know, and well, see, it's based on your costumes. It's based on originality. You actually do have to swim. You know, and so whoever comes in first place.
That way.
And what happened with what you just saw was Vancouver, New York got originality, got costumes, but if you notice, they kept bumping into each other in the pool. So they never finished the relay, so they were disqualified because of
They
that.
look good and left a hell of an impression.
Really? Yeah. Why Marlo Thomas? How did she become a little icon for the...
Well, Judy's been done.
Yeah. So you didn't think of Judy's Dorothy or anything?
Well, actually, Gay Games 2, I think it was in San Francisco, and San Francisco borrowed the San Francisco Opera Company costumes, and Little Mermaid's been done, I mean, with full, costumes.
And they did, like, that word, Ottawa. In Ottawa, they did this one with, who won? Nancy Kerrigan and Tanya Harding's story. They did this whole thing, this big production about it, and it was really hysterical.
Really?
It's really fun.
Okay, so that's really the fun part about it.
Yeah, you try to be
It must
topical.
slow down your swim time. Will slow down the swim time.
You mean in the costume?
Yeah. Oh.
Well, see, design is a very important part of costume.
Right.
Yeah, like
the right materials.
Right. Well, that's why recently
water.
sort of these jungle fevers have been popular, because then you always put a couple guys in just little skivvy outfits and they swim real fast back and forth.
But those nuns,
They
man,
don't get
from
it.
Ottawa, they were slow.
There were these the singing nuns, yes, and they were really slow. They had a lot of weight there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's not to detract from anything about the serious athletic part of it. And you play against teams that are not gay also in regular meets. How does that go? What is that like? Do you run into problems or, discrimination or harassment, anything like that?
No, actually, USMS has been very open and very accepting of us as a team. We weren't the first team to form. I believe West Hollywood was. And they're probably, actually, I hate to say it, but they're a really great team. They're very, very athletic. And I mean, well, it's always sunny there and they got pools in their backyard.
Yeah,
Not fair. But it's interesting because we've gone to straight swim meets and worn our Go Homos hats and T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah, speaking of Go Homos, Michelle, why don't you show us your T-shirt? You want to stand up and show it?
How does it go?
Yeah.
That way, that's
Come around
good.
this way.
Can you see it?
Yeah, and
Okay,
go.
can you see
There
it?
you go. Okay, that is the New York Team Aquatics official new T-shirt, right? And you were wearing another
Says it
one.
all.
Well, I got another one.
Logo.
Yeah, we'll have another one for the games. But actually, people have come up to us and they said, wow, there's a gay and lesbian swim team. Like, well, I'm gay, I'm a lesbian. I didn't know you guys existed. I'd love to swim with you. And so straight people have come over, and it's been really, it's been an incredible learning experience. And we've been very welcomed by the swimming community.
Great.
Yeah.
New York Team Aquatics has gotten involved in fundraising too, right? You devote some of your energies every year. Can you tell us about that? Michelle, do you know about that? Or?
Yeah, they do an hour swim every year that benefits one organization or another. And this year, I think it was God's Love We Deliver.
Yes.
And they do an hour swim.
How does the hour swim work? People, say that they'll sponsor you for so much time in the water.
Right. Yeah. It's sort
like
of it's sort of like a walkathon where people say you swim so many laps, I'll pay you $1 a lap or something like that. So yeah, it's not like the swim only lasts for an hour. It's like each person gets in the water and swims for an hour. There were over 60 people that swam this year. That was all the pool time we had, and we raised they raised almost $27,000.
Oh, that's fabulous!
Yeah.
And so that was an important donation to that organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so every year you select a different organization to...
Yeah, actually we've given it to God's Love We Deliver, who is a group that delivers food to people with AIDS and HIV positive that aren't able to go out and get it themselves. We've given it to them a couple times, actually, now, because this is, I think, the 4th year. Actually, this Our Swim is also done in conjunction with our sister team, which is a straight team called Red Tide. And they've been really great about doing it too.
Right.
Yeah, so the whole thing was done in conjunction. Actually, U.S. Masters Swimming across the country does it on the same day, and each team,
everyone does a
everyone does
fundraiser
it,
on
and
that
everyone
day.
can decide who they're going to donate their
Oh, that's a
money
wonderful
to.
effort. That's
Yeah.
fabulous. So, how about it? The gay games are coming up. How many events are you in, Michelle?
Too many. I think.
You're in the water polo.
Too many. And it's just coming so close that you can just feel it. But it's so exciting and it's so wonderful and fantastic. But I'm actually swimming in 6. I'm swimming, like I said before, I'm more of a sprinter, but 50 free, the 100 free, the 200 free, the 200 IM, the 50 fly, and the 100 breaststroke or the 100 IM. I'm going to work that out during the
That'll
zones.
certainly keep you busy.
Oh, yeah.
Will you have time to volunteer? Are you, I know that now that you're an athlete and familiar with the sanctioned rules, that you can, be rule keepers or timekeepers or whatever. You get involved in that way also?
My schedule kind of works out because it's just come out, the ticket prices have just come out and whatnot. And I'd suggest for anybody who wants to volunteer or whoever wants to just go see any of the venues, particularly swimming, because the tickets are between $9 and $18 or something. And if that's not in the budget, volunteering is a good way also to meet people. It's so much fun. You can time, you can do security, you can do just about anything because they just need people. But that's one way to get involved. And sure, yeah, I'll definitely be doing that on my days off.
Great. How about you, Ed? What events are you doing?
I'm doing 6 events at this point, plus we'll see what happens with the relays, because you can only do 6 individual events.
Oh, I see.
We should qualify that for people that don't know. And then the relays, we'll see what happens with the relays.
Yeah.
And actually, as it stands now, because we need so many volunteers, we've all sort of been told we'll be volunteering. No matter what.
It's kind of mandatory.
Actually.
But again, it gets you really involved, and it's a lot of fun.
What's the number for Gay Games office?
I was just about to...
Yeah, we'll have that on the screen.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's 9494, but I can't remember the prefix if people want to call up and volunteer.
Right, yeah.
Because, I mean, that's not the only thing that's going...
633-9494, yeah.
Yeah, that's not the only thing that's going on. I mean, there's actually 33 different athletic events going on. I mean, for people that are into bodies, well, there's swimming and there's bodybuilding and there's track and field and there's judo and there's all sorts of stuff.
How's the New York team going to do? How do you think?
We're going to win.
Yeah. How have you fared in the past with... Don't ask.
Well,
just wondering how New York stacked up against some of the other national teams. Or
well, the last 2 years at the International Lesbian and Gay Aquatic Championships, that team I mentioned, West Hollywood,
oh, yes,
has
they
won.
did. Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah, there will be team scoring, so it will be based on the team. Team scoring will be based on small teams and large teams. So, like London, I think, is sending 50 people. So actually, they're going to get stuck in the large team, whereas some of the other countries are only sending a few people, so they'll be only competing against small teams like themselves.
Right. So then there'll be small groupings versus comparing them to a larger group.
Yeah.
There's a big swimmers party too coming up. Is that right? As part of
Yes. Yeah.
Is that for all the athletes?
Everyone that is going to be an athlete in the game. Yes, it'll be Tuesday night at the Palladium. It will be
Tuesday, June 21st.
Right. It'll be free to everyone that is registered in the aquatics events. It's actually an aquatics because there's also water polo and diving.
Right.
Tickets will be on sale through a swimmer, so meet a swimmer, for $10, or you can buy them through Ticketron for $15.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be a huge event. They've got some great DJs lined up, some entertainment, and at that point they will announce who actually officially won the Pink Flamingo.
Oh, I see. Okay. Tell me about the mermaids and the mermen. That's a group and reenactment. Kind of group? Do you know about that group?
No, I'm not exactly
okay.
sure. Mermaids and mermen.
That's something that maybe that's coming into our city from somewhere else. But that's part of the Palladium event, according to the information I have.
Oh, okay. Well, it could, see, we're not actually a part of the games office. I know about the party because I'm on the board. But yeah, okay, they might be something. Well, that might be sort of a way to get you in.
I see.
Yeah, to the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what other things about the gay games is going on?
What other things? Well, we also need host housing for people if you want to host some cute people from other countries.
Some
Call that number again.
Right,
Yeah, all sorts of people need host housing. And the opening ceremony is set. It's going to be at Dodge Stadium at Columbia University. Tickets are on sale. They go on sale actually tomorrow, April 15th, and for all the events. So if you're really interested, you should get over there.
Are all the swimming events ticketed? I know some of the events like softball and stuff, people can just
they're all
make
ticketed.
an appearance, but I would guess
some of them
they're
are free, but swimming is considered a premium. One of the members of our team is an Olympic gold medalist, and so he's sort of a star. And so
what's his name?
Bruce Hayes.
Bruce Hayes, of course.
Yeah, and so and he's done a lot of benefits for the games.
Right, right.
And Martina should also be here. I think Billie Jean King, and there'll be a lot of Sandra Bernhardt's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on Tuesday night, her show.
Tuesday night.
Gonna work the party, work Sandra, work the party, work
right.
Sandra.
Yeah. So.
Or I might just be home alone.
Okay. Well, I want to wish you all the best. I guess you have your work cut out for you. Are you training extra now? Are you doing pouring more minutes, more time, more
Animal.
Yeah, more chlorine and
Really messes fries the do.
yeah.
Fries the do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to wish you the best, though. It's the gay games are a great thing for all of us, and it sounds like the work of New York Team Aquatics has just been wonderful in the years of its existence, and continued success to everybody. Thank you for coming on the show very much.
Thank you.
There are so many athletic events happening at Gay Games 4 in New York this June. We hope you'll come out and root for Team New York Aquatics and the many talented athletes from our community. Thanks for watching Forward and Out. Send your comments to us at Forward and Out, care of the Loft, P.O. Box 1513, White Plains, New York, 10602. Or call the Loft's helpline at 914-948-4922. Stay tuned for the Loft's Community Bulletin Board directly following the closing credits of the show. Thanks, and until next time, be proud.